The morning of my wedding began like any other day, but it quickly spiraled into something I could never have imagined. My name is Alex, and I have been preparing for this moment for over a year, picturing the instant I would stand beside Emily and vow to spend my life with her. Yet nothing could have braced me for what unfolded. Sunlight streamed through the windows, stretching long shadows across the room as I slipped into my perfectly tailored suit. Every detail had been chosen carefully, every crease sharp. My heart beat with a mix of excitement and nerves, the kind that comes when you know your life is about to change forever. Then came an unexpected knock at the door. When I opened it, Emily's father stood before me, his lips curled in a smug grin, and his eyes carried something unsettling, mockery, maybe malice, maybe both. "So, Alex," he sneered, "I hear you're about to marry my daughter." I nodded politely, unsure why he was there so early. Without warning, he seized a garment bag hanging nearby, ripped it open, and yanked out my wedding suit. I lunged forward to stop him, but he was faster. With a flick of a lighter, the fabric caught fire, flames racing across the suit like a nightmare brought to life. "You think you deserve her?" he laughed, his voice cruel and hollow. Smoke rose, filling the room as a symbol of all my care and preparation disintegrated into ash. My chest tightened, my thoughts spinning between disbelief, fury, and the sheer absurdity of what had just happened. Emily's mother appeared in the doorway, wide-eyed and frozen, clearly torn between intervening and staying silent. I stood there stunned, the stench of burning cloth choking me, while his harsh laughter echoed to what should have been the happiest morning of my life. Finally, my voice broke through the haze. "Why are you doing this?" I demanded, though my hands trembled. He smirked, as if my outrage was nothing more than his entertainment. "Why?" he mocked. "Because you don't belong here. That's the truth." Just then, Emily appeared behind him. Her face was a storm of fear and anger. "Dad, stop. This isn't funny," she shouted. But he waved her off like she was nothing. It hit me then. This wasn't only about me. It was about standing up to a man who thought he had the right to control her life. Smoke curled above us as I steadied my voice and said, "You're wrong. Emily chooses who stands beside her, not you." He stepped closer, trying to intimidate me, but I held my ground. The dynamic had shifted. I was no longer his victim, but a man defending his future and the woman he loved. "This ends now," I told him firmly. "Either you leave, or I do, and Emily comes with me." Emily's eyes filled with tears, but she nodded, her voice barely above a whisper. "Thank you, Alex." For the first time, his confidence wavered. The smirk faded just enough to reveal a crack in his armor. He had underestimated us, our bond, our years of trust and love. I motioned toward the door, and after a tense moment, he muttered under his breath and stormed out, slamming the door behind him. The weight lifted instantly. Emily collapsed into my arms, burying her face in my shoulder. "I didn't know he would," she said, her voice breaking. I held her tight and whispered, "It's over. He can't ruin this day for us." We returned to the children waiting nearby, their eyes wide from the chaos. Emily knelt down and reassured them, her voice soft and full of longing. Watching her comfort them, I realized this morning hadn't just tested my love for her. It had tested the strength of a family determined to endure. Soon after, friends helped me find another suit. It wasn't about the clothes anymore. It was a symbol that we had already won. By facing cruelty head-on, we had refused to let fear dictate our future. When we finally stepped outside, the sun was high and bright. Emily squeezed my hand, her eyes locking with mine, gratitude and love shining silently between us. What had started as a day scarred by fire and intimidation had transformed into a story of resilience. The ceremony went ahead without further interruptions. To everyone else, it looked like a flawless wedding. But Emily and I knew what had happened that morning, and we carried with us the lesson that true love can withstand even the harshest attempts to tear it down. That day became more than a wedding. It became proof that love, when real, cannot be destroyed.